This is our main workshop introduction video, introducing the #1 comic workshop in the world. From myself, Bryan Dass, with my new company, True Progress Art Initiative. What we're doing here is we're teaching the fundamentals of visual storytelling through comics, because going back to the real basics of comic book creation is going to set the foundation for you to not only do comics and manga, but also to make your own independent movies and your 2D animation like anime. You see, before we teach live action, movie making, and 2D animation, we are starting with the most important thing, comics. We are invigorating the entire independent anime and comic industry in Trinidad, and we are actually revolutionizing it worldwide. Yes, the whole world needs the unique change that we are bringing. We have made the art forms much more accessible and affordable to learn than ever before. We are teaching a special grassroots style of it so people can do the true art with minimal resources, getting to the root of it all. We are honoring the true form of these crafts without the flashy exteriors. It took me, Bryan Dass, 6 years to make this badass 8th class comic workshop. And all you need to get in is just respect and a little bit of interest in visual storytelling. You don't need any big art supplies. All you need is a simple pencil and pen and normal paper like notebook paper that you can find nearly anywhere. You don't need to know anything about art at all. If you know how to draw, then cool. But this workshop forces everybody to take a step back and focus on stick figures. What? Yes, we draw stickmen, and what I call simple improved stickmen, because it takes us back to the fundamental science of visual storytelling instead of all the flashy surface stuff that needs a lot of drawing skill, which you can learn elsewhere. No one teaches the real root teaching that is definitely needed in the world like we do. And no one is reaching out into the masses, to the non-artists and beginner artists, the way that we are. The same way that real comic creation is not at its core fancy drawings, is the same way movie making is not expensive cameras or flashy CGI. And in the same way, real 2D animation is not at its core about extreme graphics, expensive equipment, motion graphics, VFX, or AI generation. We are focused on the core teachings behind all of that. Now, we are aiming our workshop at adults, not kids. Why is that? This is because adults will really take in what it is that we teach and be able to finish effective projects. Adults of any age, once you're of sound mind, once you're mature and respectful, you are invited. Ladies and gentlemen, our philosophy is simply this: when there is no industry, we, you and I, must be the industry. Say that with me. Be the industry. Finished projects made by responsible adults who can see them through to completion will build a real independent art industry of comics, live-action movie making, and 2D anime right here on ground zero, where you are now empowered to work from. No more having to beg some higher up to do what you want to do. We bring that power to the people's hands. And guess what? We do not interrupt your adult work life. That's right. We hold our classes primarily on Saturdays, giving you your precious weekdays to earn a living and have some fun after work. Then, on Sundays, you get your family time. You see, we encourage you to see this art path as a side hustle before thinking of it as anything more. Only few are meant to really have this as anything more, and that's the reality. But so much can be done as a side hustle by so many who we are trying to get involved. And most importantly, remember this: as a side hustle, you can fund yourself. That's right, you can fund yourself instead of waiting and begging for some big grant or big company to fund you. No longer are we unhealthily reliant and codependent on grants to get shit done. I myself did my ultimate best to fund my own independent art during my 12-year career in corporate art. So in the same way, you can fund yourself as well. And I hope you see that with our education and our direction, you no longer need any big art team to start and finish effective projects. Because now we teach you how to do it yourself. Even if you have no team, no friends, no help, and minimal resources. Sure, you can work in very small self-funded teams as you pay others for their help on your project. But now you have the power to do on your own and work up to a team, if you even want that, as you save more and more money to afford it. This is true progress. The whole philosophy that you have to depend on some big time group with many members, some big studio, just to be able to do your project has to end. If I had to rely on a group, then I would not have even achieved 1% of my 12-year career in corporate art. So we don't teach groupthink. We teach individual work ethic and self-reliance that can get things done on your own and later come together as small teams. No more having to give up your intellectual property to others either. It's yours, so we want you to own your property, cultivate it, and succeed with it. That belongs to you, not to us. We're happy for you, because the more original finished projects there are with their own original creators who led or did the projects mostly themselves, the more an industry we will make organically, not forced, not fake. One day, you might even get your international deal with that intellectual property that is yours, not ours. Imagine a Trinidad making its own Hollywood, its own anime industry, its own Marvel comics and manga. Well, guess what? It starts from the ground up without any big romanticized talk and promises. All you need to do is humble yourself to work from a small scale. We're taking the industry back to basics. Sometimes the greatest things in life start small. So I ask, do you have a story that you would like to tell? Or are you just simply interested in the science behind visual storytelling, as seen in comics, movies, and 2D animation. If you are even just a little interested, then come to our workshop now.